Welcome everyone to the Rally Point Ministries Telethon. We have veterans standing by to take your calls. We have a wonderful show planned for you with a special guest, Jack Black, the comedic genius of Dave Chappelle, with special appearances from Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and musical performances by the Foo Fighters, Billie Eilish, and many more to help inspire and entertain you for the next 24 hours. But before we get into the fun, let's handle some business. If you don't know yet about Rally Point Ministries, we are here to help veterans transition from the military to being productive members of society. The Department of Veterans Affairs says 22 veterans a day are committing suicide. Unfortunately, a Duke University study shows that the number is closer to 44 veterans a day. The other half comes from unreported deaths related to drug and alcohol abuse. According to the VA, fewer than 50% of returning veterans who need mental health treatment actually receive it. They found that younger personnel below the age of 25 were more likely to be diagnosed than older service members, and mental health diagnoses varied across the separate branches. A study in 2022 shows us the number separated by individual branch, with the highest rate in the Army at 10.7%, followed by the Navy at 7.4%, the Air Force at 7%, and the Marine Corps at 6.5%. Good job, Marines. It's our duty to these men and women to help them live a life worthy of their sacrifice. This is a very tragic end to those that provide us with the freedom we enjoy in America. Now, for the next 24 hours, our team of veterans are here to take your donations. The goal for this exercise is $250,000. We will be here all day and all night, providing you with entertainment and viable information about the lives we are trying to protect. My own departure from the Marine Corps didn't go as planned. Upon leaving, you were just dumped on the street. I didn't have a job set up prior to leaving. The college that I was told I was going to be able to do during my time was not possible. And when you tell potential employers you're former military, your chances of getting a job diminish drastically. It is a fact that veterans are mentally unstable after all the horrible scenes they must endure. The drinking habit I picked up while I was a Marine didn't transfer over to the way civilians drink. I ended up selling cars and making lots of money to help support my $3,000 a month drinking addiction. When I was a Marine, I was able to purchase my alcohol on base at prices that are ridiculously low. The car business was the absolute worst idea I ever had. The drug and alcohol that is present at the workplace was flabbergasting. And for a young, mentally unstable former Marine, this was just not the place to be. I lost my wife and my kids due to the life I was living. I found myself in jail with a DWI and no way of getting bailed out. My life was in shambles and in desperate need of help. If it wasn't for the grace of God, I wouldn't be standing before you here today. I believe God saved me by putting me in jail to slow my pace down. My turnaround point was when I found myself at a Mothers Against Drunk Driving meeting, and the presenter was the mother of my high school girlfriend that was killed by a drunk driver 3 weeks after graduation. The embarrassment and the betrayal that I exhibited broke me. I have been sober for 21 years, and I am doing all I can so that this doesn't happen to anyone else in the world that I love. We don't care if you give us $1. Your $1 donation will help us beyond measure. And for those that are more able, we have a tiered program that will help you understand and will come with Rally Point swag. Everyone, no matter how much you donate, will be added to our monthly newsletter with updates and events on the progression of the program. We want you to know where your money is going. I don't know if this makes any sense, but did you know last year about $80 billion was spent on cocaine, methamphetamines, and heroin, and an equal amount on alcohol, cigarettes, and marijuana? It is scary. Every day at the port of Miami, they are smuggling $1 billion worth of cocaine. Now, if I can get a veteran off the streets, I don't care where the money comes from. So, all you big wheelers and dealers out there, you're not going to miss picking up the phone and saying, why not? Wouldn't you like to think that what you're doing just might eradicate one of the most tragic outcomes for our veterans? We don't condone what you're doing, but we would love to share in your spoils. We are standing by to handle your donations, and without further ado, please join me with a round of applause for the musical talent of our special guest, Jack Black.